to the Stock Pick Profits Daily Market Wrap. We'll give everybody a chance to sign up. There's your first entertainment of the show. Anyways, we'll give everybody a chance to sign on here while we go over the legalities. As always, read the disclaimer word for word. Do it on every site. Do it on every email you get. Past performance is no indicator of future performance. We are not registered investment advisors. Nothing in this show is an offer to buy or sell any security. And read the rest of the comments. Welcome, Jeff. Welcome, Joe. Big Joe. Welcome. Saw you just sign on. So we'll give everybody a few minutes, few seconds rolling to sign on here. And then we'll get going. So like I said, read that disclaimer, make sure you read the disclaimer. It's important. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and take a look at the market today. So how it all started out was pretty ugly, right? I mean, Snap had this big downgrade. There's a lot of beating up on social media stocks right now. That kind of pulled your internet stocks down a little bit. Your NASDAQ closed down about 0.25%. So it had a nice flat day considering everything that was going against it. The Dow ended up green, red, green all day long. And it just got a nice close there, about 27 points. And the S&P got a nice green close there. That's always a good bar for the chart. Going forward, and you can see the VIX is just still languishing there. Not a whole lot of volatility in the market, but look, today the hurricane is passing over the island as we speak. We're getting a lot of rain, and the rain's really starting to kick in now. We got a couple flickers on the electricity, so we're gonna do a quick show today. We're gonna get right to the point, and then we're gonna get over to the commentary, questions and commentary. So look, the big news today was this little brokerage or little analyst house put out a sell call on Snap and gave it a $5 target. That just kind of kicked the crap out of the stock. Look, if you think these guys are smart, ask yourself this. Since last October, Snap is down 50%. Okay, if they're so smart, why didn't they put out this sell call in October? What the hell does it do for you now? Well, let me tell you what it does for you now. We took up a long position on Snap this morning. We took up a long position just under $9. And it looks like it put in a nice base at $9. So it looks like we might be right on this. It can always go wrong. Nothing's guaranteed till you cash that trade in. But think about it. We just got some $9 calls, so we're in the money. We got them dirt cheap because the stock was the sentiment was so strong against it. So we opened up a little play. Let's kind of get right to the gist of things today. We saw it in the middle of the day. We saw a little bit of trade news. Hey, welcome. Yeah, Laura and Samuel, welcome, gang. Yeah, I know, hurricane. Samuel is on the North Shore right now, so it'd be interesting. We'll hear from Samuel. We'll get some comments from him. But look, so we saw a flash today of exactly how powerful resolution on this trade rhetoric is. You saw that little news about China coming and the United States setting up more meetings going forward. And it just made the market parabolic. It turned the whole day around. And that's just an example of what's going to happen. And that's the way we're playing it. We think there's a big, we're in this kind of channel right now. We float up, we float down, but we don't really break any resistance. We don't really break any support. We're not setting all-time highs. We're not moving out of bull territory. It's just kind of a flux. And that's what this market's waiting for, is a trade resolution. So look, Jeff, good day for steel today, man. A great day for steel. AKS was up about 3.5%, 4%. U.S. steel looks like it's found that bottom. It's setting that bottom just in the high 28s. 29 seems to be a little challenging for it right now, but it's getting its legs, and that's what we're looking for right now in these trades. So look, you guys, absolutely. If you're bullish right now, stay bullish. We are bullish. Like we said, you've got to have a little, a nice little gambler streak in you, right? To make money in these kind of markets. It's kind of an ugly market. The sentiment is what's really ugly about it. It's not really anything technical about the market. It's not anything about losing levels or setting new bottoms and things like that. What it is right now, it's just a very, very news-driven market, and the market is waiting on this trade resolution. So, in this flux, you've got to have a little bit of courage. And that's what we showed this morning when we opened up that snap trade on those options. Like I said, we bought some $9 calls. We're in the money. It looks like Snap had a nice afternoon, especially, right? It pulled back over that $9. So we'll see how this trade works out. But the steel trade is absolutely alive, and our gold long looked really good today, right? Let me take a look at gold, how it finished here. Yeah, we finished up almost a whole % on GLD. So look, all these trades are starting to take shape right now. We've been building, we've been positioning, we've been in the middle. We've made a couple good trades, right? Last week we got almost 300% on a Twitter trade. We got almost 100% on a QQQ trade. And then we kind of took that money and we reset it for going forward. Now we're long gold right now. We are long tech, and we are long on steel. We like steel. And we think this is a good buying opportunity. It's been a good buying opportunity most of the year with steel, right? In the beginning of the year, just like the weed stocks, right? Steel was taking off. All the rhetoric was in favorable. And then what happened was all of a sudden this trade negotiations didn't come together the way they expected to and stuff. And what happened was steel just kind of lost its sizzle. And it kind of trickled down. It was a buying opportunity. We feel Snap was a buying opportunity again today. Again, look, this brokerage puts out a sell call this morning, okay? The stock was trading at what? Yesterday, let me just take a look here. It was so many charts today. I'm sorry, I don't have this off the top of my head. I'm not remembering all my information. Just a ton of charts yesterday. But, you think about it. Snap was trading a little over $10 yesterday, right? And it kind of just was coming off a little sell down and stuff. So yeah, Jeff, I'm gonna put that up, Jeff, because that's true. We will be banging soon. You're damn right, Jeff. The wait's almost over, man. Trump is just doing what he needs to do. It's interesting with Trump, right? I mean, you've got such a crazy negative sentiment against him, especially in the media. We were watching it today. Every news story on CNBC, every news story that we saw coming through the wire, Reuters and stuff, was just anti-Trump. Everything anti-Trump. The economy is growing faster than it's grown maybe ever. Business is expanding. Everything's going good. The only thing that's a monkey wrench right now is these trade agreements. Otherwise, everything's going great. We just got reassurance again from North Korea that they're denuclearizing. It's just a lot of good things. Where's the good articles? Where's the articles that are supposed to cheer us up, make us feel good about what's going on? Media is not interested in that, right? It's clickbait or nothing. And they've sold their souls. They've sold their souls on this anti-Trump sentiment. And November, that might come back to bite somebody in the you-know-what. But anyways, look, so like I said, we're going to make this kind of a quick show today because we've had a couple electrical flickers and stuff. I don't want to lose you guys in the middle of the show. And there's always tomorrow, right? But let me close with this. Jeff, you would ask a question yesterday about, you had mentioned you picked up some Iridium, IRDM. And so as I promised, I had the team take a look at it this morning, and it's right down at that $20 level. I think you finished up about 20 cents today, right? In this market environment. Good job. It looks like a good buy, Jeff. So we'd stick with it. But the only thing we would do on this one, Jeff, and we're not big covered call peoples, just in certain situations, we think covered calls most of the time are just a lot of work for a few pennies. What we would do is write some covered calls going forward. You can write one call for every 100 shares you have. I'm not sure if you have 100 shares. If you do, you can write a covered call on it. But if not, just maybe line up some super cheap puts just for some shelter. And the only reason I say that, Jeff, is because you've got this big negative sentiment. And just in case a push down on the market takes your stock with it, you can tap it for a little bit of extra money there on those puts. Now, otherwise, you know how we trade. We are traders who believe in our trades. So we might buy the puts, we might not, you know what I mean? But we just thought we'd throw that out there. Otherwise, Jeff, it looks like you got a good trade here. Good luck. We'll keep an eye on it too in the show, since you always show up every day, and we'll kind of just see how it goes, man. If we see something that you might not see, we'll share it with you, okay? But let's have some fun with this IRDM. It's a viewer pick, and let's see how it goes. Other than that, it was just a trade talk. We're not hearing anything about the government shutdown again. So it's interesting how that's going to rear its head at some point, and it's going to have to, because it's real. So, the media and stuff can ignore it. The talking heads on CNBC can ignore it all they want, but it's going to rear its head eventually, and we'll see how that plays. Yeah, I mean, long and strong, Jeff. Long and strong, dude. You know what I mean? This is a long and strong market. I'm telling you right now. This is a long and strong market. If you can pick the right stocks, and IRDM's a nice little stock, stick with it. Just like we did with X, it went through this fluctuations and stuff, just like we're doing with CNAB, other stocks, SCNA and things like that. Just stick with it. Stick with the trade, buddy. You know what I mean? Have a little faith. But hey, so look, let's kind of recap before I go to the comments and the questions. With this snap call, this is just a perfect example of how, and you see it all the time, right? Somebody puts out a sell recommendation or a downgrade on a stock and it'll go down, right? Everybody sells it just because this analyst says it's going to go down. Well, they've been wrong for about 8-9 years if they've been calling stocks down. And I'll remind you guys that nobody was there when Enron went down. Nobody was there when Lehman went down, which, by the way, this is the anniversary week of the Lehman bust, which is interesting. They Jim Cramer from Mad Money, his big mistake in his career was Bear Stearns, right? And that plays along right around that Lehman trade. So it's interesting to hear him talk about it. But again, this is the disservice that the analysts do, and why we never take into consideration analyst ratings. You know what I mean? They don't know what they're doing. They're paid for a different reason. It's just like the media. They're not paid to inform you. They're not paid to make you better. They're not paid to make you smarter, right? The media is paid to get you to do one thing and one thing only. What is that? Click the link. That's right. Doesn't matter how they do it. They don't give a shit. They don't get paid unless you click that link, unless you turn on that station. Same thing with the analysts. They get paid in different ways. The success and failure of their recommendations has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with how they get paid. Ask Mary Meeker. For those of you that don't know who Mary Meeker are, Google it. It's an interesting story about the first tech bubble. You like that. So let's go to the old questions. I mean, again, where were these guys in October when the stock was 50% higher and they should have been calling a sell? Now that it's down 50% and probably finding a bottom, they say $5 and sell. Come on. Ridiculous. It's almost like they wanted to buy some Snap, and so they brought the price down. And I wouldn't put that past them. So look, let's go to the old comments here real quick. One more time. Hey, right back at you, Samuel, Laura, and everybody in the office. You guys stay safe. Hopefully we just get heavy rains, Samuel. Maybe we just get heavy rains, but and this is the statement of the day. We will be banging soon. Today was kind of a calm day. The news cycle was active. CNBC was depressing, but really the market told us nothing except that it's kind of taking a breather. That's all it was. Apple kind of buoyed the market in the middle of the day as they released their news. Some great news on the iPhone and stuff. It's actually medical equipment now. And they've even got FDA approval. So there's big things going on with Apple. I think Apple ended up the day down about 278, but it's been on a nice run too. So it makes sense that it'd pull back. It actually almost went green during the show, right? When Tim Cook took the stage and he started talking about that new Apple Watch. Big developments on the iPhone side too. And also too, 2 billion devices with iOS have been sold. Can you imagine that? 2 billion devices. Go Apple, go. Other than that, it's just been kind of a lazy day. We as a group, we opened up that new trade on Snap. Other than that, we kept everything that we've got. We're still long steel, long gold, and now we're long Snap. So wish us luck or curse us. We'll let you know tomorrow how it's going. Anyway, so it looks like that's I'll let you know in the group. Okay, Marco? That's a group question. Let's see here. Any other? Welcome, Tauriki. Welcome, Tala. Let me just say some hi since the quick show. Norris, Flory, what's up? And Roland. I guess we're missing Savar today, huh? Guess he's not here today. Maybe he's busy, man. A lot of stuff going on, right? Hurricane City, right? We got a big hurricane on the East Coast. We got a hurricane going over Honolulu right now. And there's a massive hurricane or typhoon in the Philippines. So a lot of stuff going on with that, right? So let's go ahead and call it a show. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. As always, it was awesome. We hope you found a little bit of information in here that's useful. Going forward, for the trade ideas, basically that's our trade idea. We like Snap and we bought it today. It looks like it's setting a base. So, for you guys that are following the show that aren't with the service, if you want to be with the service, there's a link. But we'll see. Maybe tomorrow. It's not going to probably blow up off this base. So there's probably more time to buy if you guys want to get in. But what you want to look for is short leash, which means maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks out, and buy them in the money. Yeah, get them in the money already. So steel had a good day. We love it. Gold had a good day. We love it. And we showed our testicular fortitude, and we went long on Snap. So you guys have a great day. We're going to try and keep dry over here. Samuel, Laura, all of you guys stay dry too. Anybody on the mainland East Coast, God bless you, man. You guys stick it out. Hey, thanks, Kona. Hey, Kona, you were telling us you went long on AKS yesterday. Good day for AKS, man, up 3.5%. It looks like that steel trade's really starting to come around. So kudos to you, Kona. Good call. I don't know if you went into Snap, Kona, but we jumped in it because we found some $9 calls that we got super cheap. So we're in the money already, and we're going to have some decisions to make with that, hopefully, going forward. Good decisions, We like the kind of decisions. Do we make this much money or do we make this much money? We love those decisions, right? So look, gang, all of you, again, thank you, man. Glad you made it, Kona. Jeff, the gang, everybody from the Stock Pick Profits gang, you guys have a safe afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow. Looks like there should be a nice, exciting overnight, maybe news cycle and stuff. But you guys ignore it, man. Just go and enjoy your day, okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to stay out of the rain. So we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us, every one of you. All right?